whatever they were doing, in navigation. Another plane came down at the same time, one just like it, and I still can see the propeller hitting the plane from the front, and and the metal just going off the rivets like this. And of course, they couldn't push formation, but the ground crew took care of it. As far as I know, everybody was all right. But it was an experience to watch that. When a coke truck went by, it was open. Mission, that was a big mistake coming down to the guy just picked it up picked up the coke bottle on the way down. I did. Why did I get training from my parents? So yeah, the PT-17, as I say, they're still around, fixing them and flying them and so forth. The BT-13, AT-6, which I've had a chance to fly since. I have friends out there that help me fly. So that's been nice. I came down not too long ago down Lake Ontario, the south side of Lake Ontario, very low. And I flew down through there all the way down to Kepler. From it was last week. Yeah, yeah. So that was a nice experience, and the two pilots and myself was nice. Yeah. But incidentally, break in anytime you want to ask me a question. I feel happy to do that. I know it's getting late, and you've been here for hours. Dinner? Will dinner be fine? Oh. All right. Anyway, my son has been very interesting. My son was he a Marines, and of course we're always kidding each other, But he always said, "You had it nice up there in the air, Well, we had to really work so hard down on the ground." Full of good both things. But, so actually, he was in a Marine band. He's probably not supposed to go to Vietnam, but he is pretty good with music, so they come selective to go there. So in music, so they travel all over the country and playing his tuba.
Still does.
Still does. Yeah, right. Mr. Kelly.
Right.
So anyway, it was interesting going through all this. Now the war was coming. In fact, that day, that plane came down and cut into the tail of the other one was D-Day. Now I see I came very close to late, I should say, as far as pilot training came in, because they were beginning to they say war shell, you might get through, or if you're assigned to something else, and so I had to do that, and I had some excellent training, and that was very good. So what are they going to do with me after that? Some were sent different places in different units and so forth, because they didn't need pilots. What happens that the pilots that they had in the European War were transferred, a lot of them were transferred to the Pacific. You don't need it, you don't do any more than that. Yeah, because we had enough planes and everything. We all know from watching TV now with all the information about what happened after the war, that war. But the Japanese were still going, the war in the Pacific was still on. So what they did, they looked my records over, and I guess they found something there that I was transferred to the 1909 Aviation Engineers, which was very, very interesting. At least I'm sitting here, and I think they shot down like 44 or 45 others of the guys, my guys in the European war. Somebody may want to bring that because we never lost we lost pilots, but we never lost B-17. No one. They were they called them the red tail. He had the this and so forth. But that was just amazing. They had trouble mixing with white pilots. But what happened with that? They never lost B-17. Or the B-24. Anyway, that was quite an experience for them. They bomber pilots always wanted the black pilots coming from Italy to escort them. The Pulaski oil fields and Romania, all these places, it was really, very bad situation. I have some pictures of that, it's not with me, but that was a very good, what we're trying to do is to cut off the oil from the Germans at that time. And so they was go down and bomb them. They had times when it didn't work out that well, but eventually, obviously, it did. So that was really something. I don't want to keep it too late here. Anybody have any questions so far? No, I didn't. And thank goodness. They had a lot of problems with the P-40, oil leaks, so forth. And they said that if you're flying one and you have an oil leak or whatever, leave it, just jump. But eventually they got obviously better planes and they finally got, I mean, P-38. That was a two-engine. I had qualifications to fly bombers. And I think my records said it was okay. So very few black troops went into, airmen went into bombers. B-25s mainly. There was one other. The war was ending, they didn't need B-25s anymore. That number, you had too many of them. So, but they had a whole group. I don't remember the numbers right now, but so that was good from that standpoint. I think for that one. Oh, from Wally? No, anyway, yeah, that's right. Now here's another whole thing. You see, they signed me to the 1909 Aviation Engineering Group. That was good. Because I'm here, as I said. But the other side of it is that I learned an awful lot from construction. And we were sent over, I was sent, we were sent over to, first we hit Hawaii, and stayed there a little short time, and eventually Saipan. And Saipan was my main base for quite a while. And that was an interesting trip over because it went on what they call an LST, which is a freight type boat that were made. Anyway, they had a tendency, they brought it in around the tip of South America, back up to the state of Washington. And that's where we were put on and then we were sent overseas. And this particular one we were on, it had a tendency when you hit over a wave, it went like this. And what they were doing up between Washington and over on the way over to Hawaii, they were welding the boat back together. And it get a little concerned, in the ocean. Well, we got there, obviously, and then we were there. I was in Saipan several months, and that was my first area of combat status. Because the Japanese are holding on up in the hills, so forth, and they're coming down at night, and they have a tendency, if you're sleeping, they do this to you. And so I always had a gun under my belt, I always had a knife, and everything. But they never bothered black troops. And I think the thing is, the reason they did that is because they feel that they were sort of forced into service. But because in Germany, there weren't, well, there was. I take that back. Patton had the 332nd Artillery Group, 333rd, that they suffered something terrible over in Europe. Now, not just discrimination was there also, but what they had to do in the artillery and the things they went through. If you ever get on the internet, they bring this up there, not the internet, but the what do you call that? There's a certain channel that goes with this war stuff.